Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another computer science talk video where my mic isn't working at the moment, so I'm having to use my laptop mic, and my laptop mic isn't very good at all, so I apologize for the poor quality of sound. So let's move on with our coursework project task. It's not really coursework, but project task. If you remember, we're doing task 1. We've inputted and stored the weight and the dimensions for one parcel. Now, all the dimensions and weight must be validated on entry, and unsuitable parcels will be rejected. We're going to come to that in a minute. If you go back to the rules, each dimension must be no more than 80 centimeters. We haven't done that yet, but we need to do that. The sum of the 3 dimensions must be no more than 200 centimeters. So what we need to do now is we're going to add up length, width, height. Dead simple. So we made a variable, total dimensions. It's going to be 0 to start off with. Total dimensions will equal the length plus the width plus the height. And if you wanted to test it out to see if it worked, always test your code, it's good practice. So the weight is 10, length is 10, width is 10, height is 10, so we added up length, width and height, we get 30. There you go. Good so far. But what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that it is no more than 200. And if it is, we need to tell the person using the program the total sum is too big. So parcel rejected. So if you go to the bottom, it says you need to output a message that if a parcel is accepted or if it's rejected. If it's rejected, you need to output all the reasons why that parcel was rejected. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a variable, and we're going to call it rejected. I'm going to set it to empty. And let's do our first message then. If total dimensions, if we go back to this, is bigger than 200 centimeters, we need a message saying not good. So what I'm going to do is, if it's greater than 200, rejected, our variable, will store a message. And the message is going to say the total dimensions are larger than 200. I'll explain what this bit does later on in the next few videos. There is a good reason why we've done that. So let's test out our code. Our weight, 20. Let's make the length 200, 10, 10. Now if I press enter, everything's working so far, but we didn't get a message yet. Why don't we get a message? It's because I haven't actually printed out this variable. So if I go to print rejected, now let's see what happens. So let's do 200, 20, 20. There you go. The total dimensions are larger than 200, which they are. Okay. I'm going to add a little space at the end, and a full stop in the space, just like that. I'm going to get rid of this bit because we don't need it. So that is our first validation. Validation basically checks for mistakes to prevent mistakes from happening in the first place.